Okay, here's a little demonstration on how to rebuild your fuel cell cap. Let's assume that you've got the rebuild kit here with the new aluminum retaining bar to replace the phenolic one. We're also assuming that the cap has already been completely taken apart, O-ring removed. So let's begin. First, if you have your baffle plate out, there's a small groove with a little hole. Make sure that small groove is facing up towards you. Then place the O-ring in, just over the top of the groove slightly. Wet it first with some water, and it helps it lubricate and find its way into the groove a lot easier. Press it in, you'll feel it snap into place. Then using your fingers, snap it in with a kind of a pulling motion as you go down. This will keep the O-ring from stretching and bunching up at the other end. Because if it does that, you won't be able to get it in. Don't force it, remove it, and try it again. Otherwise, there'll be a big lump right here and the cap won't seal properly. Smooth the O-ring down with your fingers, make sure it all feels smooth. That's good. Now, this is the Teflon seal for the bezel. We'll put that in after we do the cap. This is the new retaining bar with the ball bearings that fit the divots in your style of bezel. Make sure that the bearings are facing down or away from you in this installation. You also have in the kit a little wave spring that goes on the new button head screw. So place the wave spring on the end of the screw. Use a little bit of red Loctite, about 1 drop at the very end, to secure the screw in place so it can't back out with vibration later while the cap's in the tank. Drive the screw all the way in till it bottoms out. You don't have to tighten it, just find out where the bottom is. Then back it off approximately 1/2 and 1/4 more, so it would be 3/4 to 1 turn is about the adjustment range that you need. Then set that aside. Assuming this is the bezel in your tank, take the Teflon seal and very carefully, there's a very thin groove, make sure that it gets seated back in that groove, and then very carefully with your dental pick or something smooth or a toothpick or something, help it into the groove so it snaps right into place. There you go. That's really nice. The Teflon can bunch up and fold easily, and you can ruin it if you're not careful, so be sure that it's in the groove first. It's kind of like putting a tire on. It's very similar. If it's in the groove at the beginning all the way around, then it'll easily go in at the end. If you don't have it in the groove, you'll find that you'll have a big lump right here of material trying to go down in. It's because you don't have it in the groove to begin with. Now take the cap that you just assembled, drop it in your bezel in the tank, and then make sure that you can turn it with a nice firm click. This one I got too tight, so I'm going to back it off a little bit. Try that again. It's a little harder when the bezel's not in the tank, and then you should hear a nice click. And there you go. That's the assembly of the new retaining bar kit and seal rebuild for the fuel cells.